So, I actually think a lot of people are really shit at just telling stories, you know. It's funny because we live in this world of just people who live vicariously through others, you know. And that's mostly because of, you know, duh, because people tell stories to each other. And I think storytelling is a really good skill for people to have, just in general, just as a human. Just being able to tell a story, there's just been something about it, you know? Like, I would always find it really captivating. Someone who can just tell a story, like, especially a funny one, like, you know, these comedians and stuff who would come over here and tell a joke that you'd see online or on TV. I don't know about you guys, but I used to, like, with family, just watch comedy shows, just something that my family used to do. And then I'd always just be so captivated about how they tell a story and they'd just be so good at it. And especially they'd make it funny. And I thought that was just really cool. And I'm saying this now because I have this friend who's just really shit. I just think he's really shit at telling stories. And it got me thinking, like, why? What did he do that just made him tell a shit story? So there was this one time, yeah, where I just decided to test him. I was just curious, like why is he telling just such a shit story? It's like he just, like I didn't even know. Like all I knew was that whenever I just didn't want him to tell me a story, it's not like I didn't like the stories he told, but it's just he just always tried to tell a story about something that was going on in his life or something. Like he'd come up to me like, yo, bro, I'll be like, hey man, what you been up to? Or something, eh? And then he'd be like, hey man, yeah, I've been doing this. And hey man, let me tell you the family tea or something, like just he just want to tell me something that's going on with him or his family or something that would be fun or engaging for him, right? But then I just couldn't listen to him. He'd just be so shit at telling stories, right? Like it's it's so dumb because I like he's my friend, man, and I want to listen to the story he has to share. But damn, he's just so bad at it. And I never understood how or why. Because personally, I don't think I ever told a bad story, right? Like, in fact, I even used to get like girls and stuff tell me like, "Hey man, you actually tell like really good stories. Like, I don't know how you tell such a good story. I really like listening to your voice." Probably because they like me or something, right? Probably because they like, fair enough. But yeah, it just confused me on how he just is so bad at like such a skill, which I think is really essential for people to have in just in life in general. Like imagine when you're uh, a parent or something, and your kid says to you, "Hey, tell me a story," and you just really shit, and you just can't really do it, and you can't just paint this mental image of a movie in this kid's brain, and they just like, "Oh, thanks, Dad," right? And you just told them this really shitty story, but because you just didn't develop the skill. But obviously they're your kids, so I don't really, I don't think, at least I hope that your kid respects you enough to not really shit on you, right? But kids can be brutal as well. That's the thing. But hey, that's why I think this is such an important thing to actually think more about. You know, I don't think enough people consider how they sound when they tell a story, right? or maybe they just don't pay enough attention. Like I'm gonna go back to my friend here, and I'm using as this example. Shame, man. You'll be fine though. He's not gonna see the video. But anyway, I just think he's so stupid. Like, okay, I'll give you guys an example of what he would do. The way how he would describe a story so terribly. I just get annoyed at him talking, and I just land up not really listening to what he's saying, and after it I feel kind of bad, like yeah, because sometimes you make reference to it when we're talking, like with all the other friends and stuff like that, and I just really didn't pay attention because I just think he's so shit at telling stories, and it was so bad to the one point I just told him, I just said, yo, bro, I don't know what you're saying, and he was just like, what? I'm like, bro, you're explaining this very badly. And he's just like, oh, what the fuck? What do I do, bro? And I was like, bro, just slow it down, slow your pace down, and try and talk a bit more to try and relay the story. Like, talk a bit better, slow down your pace. Don't be speaking all over the place. Don't just hop around here and there. Like, it's like you had ADHD when you spoke. But even then, it's like the words he would use wouldn't make sense, and he would speak so fast that it was just difficult to put together what he was saying in the moment. Like, I'm thinking of an example that I can give, right, about what I can say to like try and show you guys what I mean. Okay, so basically, for example, right, of a shit story that he would tell me. For example, this isn't real or anything, but yeah. So he'd say, um, I went with my brother to this go-karting event. I'd be like, okay, cool. He'd be like, yeah. So we were driving, and then, like, bro, he just fucking, like, he just did this, and it just kind of crashed the car. I'm like, oh, so there's an accident. And he's like, yeah, bro, but then, like, you see, that's still kind of good. But what I mean, he would still be even worse than that. Like, I actually do. Wow, bro, it has to be a skill to be like tell a shit story. Damn. Because I'm actually struggling to tell a difficult story. I'm not saying I'm the best at storytelling or anything, but I don't understand how it can be such a difficult task for someone to tell a story. Like, shit, bro. Damn, that 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 is that is shit, bro. Yeah, for you guys who don't know how to tell stories, please look it up or something. Do something that would help you in a way, so that you don't tell shit stories. You know, because damn, it's fucking boring. And two, like, imagine in a job interview, they say, tell me a bit about yourself. Well, I'd assume that you can tell someone about yourself, but even then, bro, like, imagine just not be, if they say, like personally, if I was in a job interview, for example, right, and the guy over there just says, yo, tell me about a bit more about yourself. Like, I'd probably tell him a story about something I've achieved or something I've done to try and sell myself. That's what I would do. That's just what I think would do best, you know? But then, like, what else would you say in that moment, really? Do you say, oh, I'm really good at this, I'm really good at that, and this and this and this? No, that's like some fucking bullshit. You don't fucking do that. Like, come on. You're not gonna get the job if you try and do something like that. Try and sell yourself like that, right? Like, oh, I'm really good at this, I'm really good at that. Come on, man. Dumb. But anyway, I went on a bit of a tangent there. I think I should give, well, this is my advice, actually, on what you should do if you think you're pretty shit at telling stories. Slow down. First thing, slow down. Slow your roll. Speak more clearly. Think about what you actually want to say, right? It's very simple, but it really is effective. And also, it depends on the type of story you're going to tell. So, there's two different types of stories you can tell. There's stories which focuses on moments, right? And there's timeline stories. So, for example, when I tell you, oh, yesterday I went to go get milk, that is a 5 second or about a moment's story. Maybe not 5 seconds, but it's a story that focuses more on the moment of what you were doing at the time. You understand? And then if I tell you something like last year, I decided to get into go-karting and I went here to this place and did this, right? That's a timeline story. Not because I mentioned the year, but also not just because I mentioned the year, but also because I'm giving you a more broader perspective of what I'm talking about. You understand? Of course you understand. If you're watching this video, you're a pretty smart guy. Or woman, right? Anyway, sorry, I'm just doing a bit of sketching here, just doing a bit of a sketch while I do this. It's a bit of a hobby of mine. But anyway, back on how to tell a better story. Right. Yeah. There's that thing of the 5 second window. Sorry, not window, but moments. Let's call it 5 second moments that you can do to tell your stories. It's a good basis of what you can do to start telling a captivating story, right? You can tell a story about anything. Like you really can. Actually, pretty easy, you know. Like I got a pretty good story I can tell you right now, really quick. This one time I was on holiday with my parents, and I decided to go. We were at this. Let me give you a bit more context. Sorry, I was at this hotel, right? This resort, and it's about 8 o'clock at night, and I decide, hey, I want to just go explore for a bit, go explore this place. I'm in a different state or province or different area because I'm on holiday, you know, compared to where I usually was. So I was like, hey, I'm a bit curious about this place. I want to go find out a bit more. It's 8 o'clock at night. I'm not really scared of anything. I thought, if anything like comes up, like I carry a knife on me, so I'll be like, I'll be fine, right? That's what I'm busy thinking. So I tell my parents, yo, I'm just gonna go downstairs for a bit, go hang out at the pool area. That's what I tell them. I lie to them. I didn't want them worrying, because obviously they're not gonna let me just go out and do whatever I want, like at 8 o'clock at night at this random place. Like they're not gonna do that. They're parents, you know how they are. They're protective, and they're not gonna let me just do some dumb shit like I wanted to. And boy, boy, yeah, they should have not let me. But anyway, so it basically lands up happening. So I order an Uber, and firstly it starts raining, and I'm like, oh, this is just fucking great, right? This is great. It starts raining. I just told my parents, yo, I'm gonna go hang out at the pool area. It starts raining. So about 15 minutes in, I get a text from my dad. He's like, hey, it's raining. Are you in the pool? I'm like, no, I'm just chilling in the lobby. And they're like, yeah, cool. Which at that time wasn't a lie because I was in the lobby waiting for the Uber. So I was like, yeah, yeah, cool. I'm not lying to him anymore. I don't really like lying to my parents. But yeah. Anyway, so so I'm waiting for this Uber. About 10 minutes in, the Uber cancels. I'm like, shit, okay. I should have taken that as a sign already. Anyway, I order another one. Not really bothered about the first one that canceled on me. So I'm like, anyway. And basically, I just want to go out somewhere, maybe maybe like catch something to eat. That's what I'm really thinking. I'll just go find a nice restaurant or something. That's what I'm thinking, right? It's 8 o'clock at night. What else am I gonna do in this other place that I haven't really been at? I want to go exploring. I want a story to tell. Like I thought, right? I want to do something. You know, not just gonna be stuck up there in a hotel room. So anyway, this new guy pulls up probably about 15 minutes after the other one canceled. So I waited, and my parents think I'm still obviously in the hotel lobby. And yeah, they trust me, so they don't really question it or check on me or anything. So I go with this Uber. I find, I look for this restaurant, which I actually couldn't find. I basically get to this area of the town where it's just dark, empty, no one on the roads, surprisingly, because it's 8. And I'm like, this is weird stuff. Like, what's going on? I don't like this. And then basically, I just tell the Uber, like, the Uber driver, hey, can you just wait here for like 15 minutes? Because I'm looking for this place and I can't find it. And then I even go up to him and I show him on the map, like, yo, bro, I'm looking for this place. And he's like, maybe go look down there, go ask that guy over there. So I go and ask this one guy who's just he's a security guard by a parking garage, parking area. I mean, so I go ask him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I don't know." Ask my Uber driver, he doesn't know either. So I'm just like, "Okay, shit." So I'm running around in this town for like an hour looking for this place, and I cannot find it. I just can't find it at all. Like it's just so shit. I just can't find it. Right? For like an hour, I'm running on foot. My Uber driver's parked over there in the corner, right? And of the corner of the street. And I'm still running around. He's just listening to music, vibing, just enjoying himself, watching me run around like a maniac, looking for this place. Right? I don't even know why I insisted so much on finding this exact place. So dumb. And I couldn't find it. Right? I ran up the street, I ran down the street, I ran into different parking garages. I ran and I found a hospital underneath in some kind of parkade, which was really odd. And I was like, I mean, sorry, not a hospital, a clinic. I was like, why is there a clinic? So I ran in there asking people, yo, can you find this place on the map? And they're like, no. And they all just basically just directed me in the opposite direction every single time. And yeah, I couldn't find the place. So I'm like, oh, you know what? Let's call it a night. So I'm like, I go back to the Uber driver and I'm like, hey man, I would like to book another ride. So you think you can take me back? And he's like, yeah, sure. So I try and book one with him. Doesn't work. He lands up accepting something from another person entirely. And then I'm just like, oh shit. Like, I just lost my ride. But it's fine. I'll order another Uber. The second Uber comes 15 minutes later. And keep in mind now, I left at 8. The time now is quarter past 11, right? It's quarter past 11. So it's been a solid 1.5 hours, right? 1.5 to 2 hours that I'm not even at this hotel, which are, which my parents and I are staying at. And yeah, and they still think I'm just chilling in the lobby and it's raining. So, so surprisingly, at that point in time, I still didn't get any calls from my father or my mother asking where I am. So I was like, "Oh, this is great! Like, I'm kind of just fucking around, doing my own thing here, lost, and wasted my time looking for this restaurant that's not even here, which pissed me off, right? Looking for this place that wasn't even there, and yeah." So I'm waiting another 15 minutes for this next Uber who finally appears, and there's this young guy. He looks like he's my age. I'm like, oh, great, like cool. This is cool. Like he's my age. He's not some um old guy, and I'm like the previous one. It's not like it's a problem or anything, but I'm just like, yeah, cool. This guy's my age. Like I can be a bit more casual with him. Like that's just my thing. That's what I thought. Bro, do I actually wish that this guy was not my agent, some experienced driver, because damn, this motherfucker got us lost like 2 times in a row. 2 times in a row, this guy got us lost. He put us the first time. So I get in the car. I greet him like, hey, how's it, man? Good, good. Yeah, yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Anyway, we're driving. The first time we take a wrong turn. Like, I'm not familiar with this area. So I'm like, oh, I look on the map. The thing automatically redirected us. So I'm like, oh, hey, man, we took a wrong turn. He's like, oh, man, it's no worries. No worries, bro. No worries. I'm like, ah, yeah, cool. No worries. Bro's got it, you know? Bro did not have it at all. But anyway, instead he takes another wrong turn, right? So the first time he was supposed to take a left and take an off ramp, which I thought he was supposed to take an off ramp, but I was wrong, right? So we missed the first left turn. Then we double back, and this time instead of taking the left, I say, okay, take the right. So we take the right, and that was also wrong. Which in the first place we should have just went straight and then about 50 meters down, then taken the left, which was the right way to go in the first place. Right, but I was wrong, he was wrong. So 2 times the two off ramps that we took led us onto a freeway or a highway. So the first time when he went off on the left, I made this guy reverse for a solid 10 minutes. He went over to the other side of the highway, and now he went on the white line, and he was reversing on the highway for a solid 15 minutes to get back to the off ramp because we were on the wrong stop. We were on the wrong place. Like we took the wrong road, obviously, right? And I'm like, oh shit, man, oh shit. And at this point in time, I actually do get a call from my father, right? And I pick up the phone and I tell the guy, yo, shh. And he's like, my dad's like, hey, Ja, what's going on? You still in the lobby? You still downstairs? And I'm like, yeah, dad. He's like, yeah, you've been out there for a while now. And I'm like, yeah, like, I'm just watching the soccer. And he's like, oh, okay. You better come up in a few. I'm like, I'll be there. I'll be there just now. Keep in mind, we are about 30 minutes away from the hotel and we are lost. So imagine my panic, right? Imagine my panic. I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh shit. But I'm like trying not to shit. I'm just thinking, oh shit, man. Oh shit. Oh shit. And I say to the guy, like, yo, bro, I gotta be there. I gotta be there like now. And he's like, you know what he said to me? He said, hey man, this happens all the time. Don't worry, don't worry. I got it. This happens all the time. It's no stress. It's no stress. He's just trying to keep calm. I'm trying to keep calm, right? But in my mind, I'm just like, oh fuck, bro. Like this is so shit. Like this is just so shit, bro. Out of everything that could have happened, this is so shit. I'm in this weird part of the of my country that I don't even know, right? Because I'm not a local here. I don't know these roads. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know any of this bullshit, right? So I'm just getting more and more frustrated. And then we finally once we finish reversing 15 minutes, get back to the off ramp, and we take the next wrong turn, and it's a right, and we go off onto another freeway. That was what ticked me off. Because then I got another call, and that was about 20 minutes later from my father saying, okay, Jar, it's time to come up now. It's about like nearly 12 o'clock, right? It's nearly 12 o'clock. And my dad's like, all right, it's time to come up now, right? Because what the hell have you been doing? Just chilling in the lobby for the past how long? Since 8? Now it's like nearly 12, midnight, and it's raining, and you're just in the lobby watching a fucking soccer game. Like personally, I'm not even a soccer fan, so I don't really watch soccer in general. So when I said that, It already must have rang alarm bells in the first place. But anyway, we took this we finally got back onto the proper road, and after taking the wrong turn on the right, we eventually figured out that, oh, we should have just went straight, and about a few meters after going straight, just take a left, right? We eventually figured that out. He gets me back to the resort about 30 minutes later, and it's about 12:30. I see I've missed two missed calls from my dad. I don't know how I didn't hear my phone ring twice in that period of time from when my dad called me the second time. He called me two more times after that, and I didn't even realize because I was just so focused on trying to get out of the situation and like just try and not get lost in this place that I've never been at. And yeah, and basically I get back to my hotel room, and then my parents are sleeping. The lights are off, everyone's in bed, and yeah, I didn't get in trouble. And that's the story. And I want you to look at that. Look at what a captivating story that was. Had you a bit on edge that I was getting lost here. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, basically that story that I told was more of a 5 moments, five 5 second moments kind of story. You understand? Like I try to captivate you more of what happened at this point in time, and this point in time, at this point in time. For every 5 seconds, there were these moments where I would explain to you what would happen. You understand? And that's basically how to tell, in my opinion, a more captivating story. Like if you look at these comedians and these people who tell a lot of stories on YouTube and stuff like that, that is how they tell a more captivating story. Instead of just being all over the place. I know I was a little bit all over the place when I was telling you my story, but that I was just a bit distracted. Yeah, I apologize. But yeah, that is my opinion of to tell a fairly good story. A story that at least won't get you bored. That at least won't have you thinking to your friend. That a first story that at least won't let your friend think, damn, this guy really can't fucking tell a story. Like he's just so shit at telling stories. As that's how you tell a story that, well, at least won't let you seem like shit when you tell it, right? That at least won't let your friend think this guy has been speaking English for 18 years of his life and he still can't speak it properly and tell a proper story. Yeah, that's how you do it.